than what Sebastian and I were able to do.
Tools to help the
in
teachers.
past, and that you can have a real interaction, whereas we had a more static interaction. But the LLMs can only take you so far. And so I think we're stuck where, on the one hand, you have something that's way too rigid. I write a textbook and I say you should start at page 1 and you should do it at page 1,000. And then at the other end, here's an empty prompt box for an LLM, and you can ask any question in the world that you want, but you don't know which question to ask first, and if you do, you don't know what to follow that up with. So I think we need something that's in the middle, that's mixed initiative, that says the student is free to follow what's most interesting to them, but the teacher will be guiding them along that way. And I think right now we have a choice between too much teacher guidance and too little teacher guidance. So I'm hoping to try to get that done better.
Got it. So my follow-on question there is, there's a lot of chatter around, well, do we still need colleges? Do we
It's
still
for
need universities
educators,
to
for
structure
lecturers.
4-year, 5-year university programs? And they're like, hey, AI, a lot of self-learning, and teaching. What is your thought on just kind of the need for continued institution-based kind of education?
Well, we never needed it. It was just that it was convenient and effective, right? And you could learn lots of other ways, right? So, a lot of companies, like Google included, prefer to have people with degrees. And why is that? Because it's a standardization that you can test them. You can say, if you get out of this college with these grades, we've calibrated that against past people, and now we have a pretty good feeling for who you are. And so it's easier to hire someone with that kind of a background. But we also hire people who say, you didn't go to college at all, or if you did, we don't care, but you did this really awesome GitHub repository, and so we're going to hire you on the basis of that. So I think it's always been the case that a college was the easiest way to prove who you are, or the standard way to prove who you are, but there were also these unusual ways to do it. And so maybe in the future, there'll be more unusual ways. It'll be easier to prove yourself in an unusual way. Maybe in the future, like there is this movement for a 3-year college, saying the 4 years were too much, we can accelerate that. Maybe it should be mixed with internships where you go in and out of the workforce. I think that's a good possibility. And then the other issue